why wasn't
because the PBC don't want to work with anyone, and now they're fucked. Yeah. So you get to a situation where if I reached out to Benavidez, what the PBC do is they go, "We're only making that fight on a PBC." We'll give Benavidez the opportunity. And this is what people don't understand. They're not willing to let their guys go on another platform to take a chance to achieve greatness. It all has to happen with them only.
Why do you think that?
So how does Malcolm
Because that's just how it
capitalize on
operates.
what's going on with the PBC?
So what we do is we sign who we want to sign, people who have the commercial value, not just guys because they've got a good name. Some of these guys, PBC have lost a lot of money on doing fights with those fighters. So you have to, the price has to be right, the business has to be right. But people like Benavidez, if we do manage to do a deal with Canelo Alvarez, we can do Munguia, we can do Berlanga, or if Benavidez wants to come and play, but it doesn't, when PBC do a deal, they only let you go and fight one of their fighters if you align yourself to PBC. What I wouldn't do to Benavidez is say, oh, you can fight Canelo Alvarez, but you've got to sign a 5-fight deal with Matchroom or DAZN. I just want to see a great fight. Yeah. And Canelo Alvarez don't care about who's with who. He'll just say to me, this is what Canelo will say to me, Eddie, who am I fighting and how much?
What's going on? WittyP coming back with another one. Let's get it. We're going to talk some boxing. Oh, I want to talk about a stable that don't look like it's pretty stable. You know, PBC, you know, Premier Boxing Champions. Oh, man. They don't have any fighters left. We want to be real. PBC does not have any fighters left. And PBC have some of my favorite fighters, or they did. They're not active. You know, Errol Spence Jr., one of my favorite fighters. I like him a lot. Jamal Charlo, liked him a lot. You know, David Benavidez, one of my favorite fighters. They do have a big fight coming up with him and David Morrell, but oh man, PBC, they run out of fighters. That's why you got Gervonta Tank Davis fighting guys like Lamont Roach. And I like Tank, but I gotta keep it real. This dude, he not fighting nobody. He's not fighting nobody. And as long as he stays with PBC, he won't fight anybody. He talking about he gonna retire and shit like that. He gonna retire because he gonna run out of bum opponents. That's why Tank is gonna retire. He's not gonna have no more bums to fight. Because he's not leaving PBC. He's not going with Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's not. That's why every time they ask him about Turkey Al-Sheikh, he always talk about, oh, he gotta buy me 3 Lamborghini. He gotta buy me 4, all this shit. He's not leaving. He's loyal to Al Heyman along with David Benavidez and Charlo. So they're not going anywhere. They're not. They're just going to keep fighting bums. If they even fight. You know, Errol Spence Jr. supposed to fight Sebastian Fedor. Who knows if Errol Spence Jr. will even step back in the ring. You know, he's not even in talks with the tune-up fight or anything. You know, Errol Spence Jr., he don't even give us an update on anything or nothing. He doesn't even have a trainer. And you can thank Tyson Fury and Terence Crawford for this. Yes, they took down the PBC stable. And I know Deontay Wilder, he was kind of, you know, not strictly with just the PBC because he had to do business with like ESPN, Top Rank, you know, to fight Fury. But yes, you can thank Tyson Fury because Deontay Wilder, he held the fort at PBC. PBC, when they were at their strongest, you had Tank Davis holding it down at, you know, 135, 130. You had Errol Spence Jr. holding it down at welterweight, 147. You had Charlo holding it down at middleweight. Had his Male holding it down at, you know, 154. You had David Benavidez at super middleweight. You had Wilder at heavyweight. That's when they were at their strongest, around 2017, 2018. That's when PBC were at their strongest. You know, once Fury took down Wilder and Terence Crawford took out Spence, that's why they didn't want to fight Crawford for the longest, because they knew Spence lost to Crawford, lose all the belts. That's the stable, because Tank not fighting nobody. Jamal Charlo not fighting nobody. And then Benavidez, if he beat Morrell, eventually he gonna have to make a move if he want to clean up at 175. You want to be real? He gonna have to make a move if you want to fight, you know, Bevo or Turk Beterbiev. He gonna have to make a move because Turkey Al-Sheikh, he has boxing under one roof. It's almost like that was his plan, to get Al Heyman out of here. He said, we're going to get all the promoters to work together, you know, get Bob Era, you know, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, De La Hoya. We're going to get them all to work together, and we just go weed out PBC and Al Heyman. That's basically what's going on. We want to be real. That's basically what's going on. If we want to be real. So, Al Heyman, he gonna have to make a move. He is. He's gonna have to make a move. Because they run out of fighters. They still have fighters, but they don't have anybody for them to fight. Like, you still got the top guys over at PBC, like Caleb Plant, you know, Tank. You know, after Benavidez fight Morrell, nobody left at 175 over at PBC. Nobody at 160 for Maul to fight. Shakur, you know, he doing his thing with Eddie Hearn now. So, that's why I say PBC, they don't have any fighters. They don't have any opponents. So, this is why you would see guys from PBC fight 2 times a year. You know, 3 times if you were lucky, they would fight 3 times a year. That's if they had a busy schedule. Most times these guys, they fight 2 times a year. You want to be real. 2 times a year, once. 2 times a year. You want to be real. But they got to make a move because Turkey Al-Sheikh, he making power moves. He making power moves. He is. He got the heavyweight division popping. You know, we seeing all these fights. You know, at the heavyweight division. You know, super middleweight is going. So, I'm looking forward to it. You know, Turkey Al-Sheikh, he got some good fights lined up. And he's bringing some exciting fights. He's bringing the exciting fights. And his cards is loaded. His cards is loaded. You know. So, you got Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? Like, fights like that. That's a fight. You know, I can't wait to see that fight. Can't wait to see that fight. You got Joseph Parker versus, you know, Danny Dubois. You know, he just knocked out Wilder, Danny Dubois. You know, so the heavyweight division popping. You know, you got Bacoli, you got G.J. Bang. So it's boxing under one roof. You know, boxing under one roof. Turkey got boxing under one roof. Heyman gonna have to figure something out. He is. You gonna have to figure something out. But talk some boxing because it's not looking good for PBC. Like, got Errol Spence inactive. Who knows if he may even step in the ring again. Jamal Charlo, guy got 1 fight in damn near 3 years. Jamal Charlo, male, he got the Canelo money. He been sitting on, he been chilling, you know. So I'm gonna have to shake. Tank fighting bums. They've been Benavidez, the only one that's holding it together. That's tough opponent after tough opponent. He's the only one that's keeping it exciting over there at PBC if we want to be real. David Benavidez, one of my favorite fighters. I like him a lot. You know, he's the only one that's, you know, keeping it live over there if we want to be real. He's the only one keeping it live. But talk some boxing, man. PBC, they could be in trouble. Be in trouble. They don't have no fighters left if we want to be real. Have no fighters left. Look like Turkey Al-Sheikh tried to weed Al Heyman up out of here. Trying to get him up out of here. But talk some boxing. Comment, like, subscribe. That's where you help us share the video. Over there, saying hit that cash app, baby. That's what I do. Gonna talk some boxing. Knock another one out. Bah, bah, bah. Let's get it.
Eddie Hearn has said this was the best year he's ever had in boxing. You put on so many magnificent events throughout the years in Saudi Arabia. Is this your best year as the
in the last 25 years? I think this the 23 and 24 was the best years of boxing in the last 25 years.
On behalf of the fans and all of us who love the sport, we thank you for making these incredible fights, and we